What's up guys, today I'm going to review the Wotofo Conquerer Mini, Small tank, dual coil, postless deck. Alright folks, so this is the Wotofo Conquerer Mini. This is the packaging that it comes in. Very similar to, let's say, the Serpent Mini. And now you have the Sifata and Casa stickers at the back for advocacy. Scratch and check code right there. Inside, of course, you will find the Wotofo Conquerer Mini. I'm going to give you a quick 360-degree look. You'll also get a user manual for the Conqueror Mini that shows you how to wick it. Very nice, but there is something really wrong with the user manual, which I will explain in a while. You have the Wotofo giveaway, where you can enter the giveaway and win stuff. You'll also find lots of different O-rings for different parts of the tank, and 4 grub screws, 3 very nice twisted wire coils inside, a flathead screwdriver, and I'm so happy to see that it's not the typical cheap little blue screwdriver. This one looks so much better. Organic cotton for your wicking, and an additional Pyrex glass tank. Now, as you can clearly see, I have cracked mine. And that's because of it fitting in too tightly. You can see marks from the O-ring right here, the bottom O-ring. I'll show you how that one works, where that O-ring is. So yeah, I cracked my replacement glass. May happen to you, may not, but I will explain to you in a while how to be careful when you are removing your glass tank. And I almost forgot to show you this one. This is a special coiling jig tool to build a dual coil that they have provided for you as part of the kit as well. So look for this one in the kit, don't just throw it away. This will come very useful. Not as useful as it should be, but it's okay, it's pretty useful. So there you go, here is the Wotofo Conqueror Mini RTA Rebuildable Tank Atomizer. So let me give you the important details here. It holds 2.5 mils of juice. It's made of stainless steel. It has an adjustable center pin, wide bore drip tip. It's going to be a top fill design, and according to them, there's also juice flow control. It doesn't work at all. I don't know why they would even call it juice flow control. I'll show you that in a while, but first let's get the measurements. 22.12 millimeters in diameter. Height without the drip tip is 34.2. Height with the drip tip is 43.4. You got 2 airflow slots on either side, and each of those airflow slots are going to be approximately 11 millimeters. Here's your wide bore drip tip with double O-rings. The base of the drip tip, the diameter is going to be 5.19, and the top of it is going to be 9.2 millimeters. You get some knurling here for the top cap, barely noticeable. I think very nicely done. It does serve its function really well. It does help you to get a better grip of it, and it also, I think, makes the design look much better, right? So yeah, knurling on top for the top cap, and when you want to fill it up, all you have to do is just twist this open. You have an O-ring inside here, right, that seals off the top cap and the air inside, and another O-ring right here. 2 very large juice feeding ports, very easy to fill in your juice. The diameter of the chimney, the central airflow, is going to be 5.39 millimeters. So here's some size comparison for you. The Wotofo Conqueror Mini next to the Wotofo Serpent Mini itself, right? So it is a little bit taller. Both are 22 millimeters in diameter, and both do appear to have the exact same drip tip. Although the Serpent Mini has the airflow is slightly narrower. Here it is compared to the Goblin Mini, right? So the Wotofo Conqueror Mini is a dual coil build, and the Goblin Mini as well is a dual coil or single coil. But just to give you an idea of the size difference. So now comes the part to take this one off, right? And this is where it can cut your fingers. It can cut your fingers. So you should use a pair of gloves, or if you have a tool like this, right? Just put this thing in, put the pliers in. You don't have to clamp it down. You don't want to damage that part. You just need this to get some leverage right there, and then just hold it tight and twist it open like this. Loosen it up at first, and then it'll be very easy for you to just take this part off and the glass tank, right? So the O-ring you see at the bottom is very good quality O-ring, maybe a bit too good, right? Because I've had some issues pushing this one out. So make sure you lube your O-rings up a little bit the first time you're using it, and then just take it out like this. The Pyrex glass tank, and here you have the words Conqueror, very nice. And you can unscrew the evaporation chamber out like this. And this will be your build deck. So it's going to be a postless dual coil build deck. So I'm not going to do a build in this video. It's going to take way too long. But if you want me to do a build tutorial for the Conqueror Mini, I will do it in a separate video on my channel. I just want to explain how to get this done, right? So they do provide a flathead screwdriver, and the grub screws are all using flathead screwdrivers, so you don't need the Allen wrenches, right? And then all you have to do is just loosen up the screws, get your two coils ready. Now I recommend a 2.5 millimeter diameter coils, as you can see here. You can also experiment with 3 millimeters. That means there'll be way less distance inside, but you have to take note of the diameter here itself. So you don't want it to be too large, right? You don't want it to be touching the edges. And also you need some room for your cotton to be wicked. So your cotton will come out of the two coils just like this, and close up the 4 juice ports or juice holes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course you have your airflow at the bottom, dual airflow at the bottom, that's going to hit your coils from the bottom and suck all the delicious vapor right up. If you've never built on a postless deck before, the main challenge here comes in deciding how much of the lead to snip off at the bottom in order to get this right. Now that's where the included tool comes in handy. Now I assume that I will be able to just put the coils on the tool, put it here, and I would get the exact distance between the coil. But as you can see, that is not the case. Because this is the correct distance. Both coils are directly above the airflow, as you can see here, but the tool itself is not accurate. What the tool does help you to do is it does help you to position two coils initially. Okay, if you want to position both the coils initially, and it will help you to level up the coils with the top of the base here, right? The top of the base. Because if you put the coils too low, lower than this, then wicking it will be a little more challenging, because you can't get your cotton in right through. This part here will be blocking the way. So yeah, if you have really good skills with wicking, you can put this lower and then try to get your cotton in, right? But for me, I would like to make it level, as you can see, level with the deck, and that's how I like to do it. The coils that I have in here is going to be a stainless steel coil, and I'm going to do a temp control vape for the Wotofo Conquerer Mini. So all you have to do is make sure that you wick it like this with the cotton, around this much of cotton, and then all you have to do is make sure that you close up the juice flow holes. And that is very easy to do with the Wotofo Conqueror Mini. Just tuck the cotton in like this. Just like that, right? And then you can saturate your cotton. There you go. So you don't want too much, you don't want your cotton to be coming out of the holes right here. I am using the H Cigar VT Nano at stainless steel mode, about 275 degrees Celsius. Looks like the temp control is working really well. on the HCR V3 Nano. So I'm going to resaturate the cotton a little bit. And now let's take a look at the so-called juice flow control mechanism. So let's see what Wotofo tells you in the manuals. So it says set the top part on and turn the juice flow control cap till the juice channel fully closed. Well, let's take a look at that. It does not work. It does not work at all. Right, so this is the juice flow, this is the evaporation chamber. Now you can see that I don't know man, it just seems like this thing is not aligned. The cutouts here are not aligned with the juice flow control, because I cannot, no matter how much I try, actually get the juice flow control holes closed. So I have one of them closed up on this side, but you can see a gap. You can see a gap right there. You can see a gap, and the juice will get to your cotton no matter what. And there's one hole here that is completely exposed. It's not covered by the juice flow control at all. So I don't know, what is this, some kind of bad joke or quality control issues? But it shouldn't be that much of an issue if you close the airflow when you're filling it up, right? So let's fill it up right now. Put the glass tank back on, top cap. You want to get this part tight, right? It's a little bit difficult to do with just your fingers because it is a bit sharp. So you want to get this part in tight, not too tight, right? Nice and tight, because you don't want juice to be seeping in through the chimney section there. Okay, so now the airflow is closed up, and it's time to fill her up all the way to the top, The top cap back on. The top cap goes in very, very easily, very nicely. Sometimes you will have difficulty to catch the threads, but most of the time should be no issues as well. In case I didn't mention, this is a 510 drip tip, right? 510 drip tip. You put your own drip tip in here. But I'm going to be using the included drip tip because I want to review this exactly as it is. I'll tell you one thing for sure, the Wotofo Conquerer Mini, those design lines in there really make it look very, very nice. I mean, otherwise it looks just like a typical tank, you know, like a Serpent Mini, whatever it is. But those lines in there, man, those lines really make it look interesting. And now open up the airflow control. So we do have some leaks, you know, that happens sometimes. If it only happens when you're filling it up, just take the tank out. Okay, put it upside down, let the pressure equalize a little bit. But if it keeps happening, while you're vaping on it, that's something to do with your wicking. Perhaps you have too little cotton in there. But the good news is you can actually remove the deck and see if there's anything wrong, right? So it doesn't look like there's anything wrong right now. It looks just nice, right? The cotton is covering the juice flow control. It looks just nice. So it's probably got to do with the top fill itself, right? Again, the juice flow control, unlike what they say in the user manual, doesn't actually do anything, right? All right, so the real question is, how does it vape? Does it give me good flavor? Does it give me fantastic vapor production? Let's find out. 275 degrees Celsius, 0.23 ohm, 316 stainless steel coils. And that was with the airflow completely open, so let's put that half open like that. Not bad, really good flavor from the build that I have in here. Of course, it's all subjective. It depends on the build that you have in there. But overall, this is a pretty nice tank. Now, there are of course some things that I absolutely hate about it, so let's get to the ratings. Build quality, 9 out of 10 for this one. I would have given it a 10 out of 10 if not for my replacement glass cracking on me, right? And that was not user error, right? It was not user error. As you saw in the marks on the glass, it was actually the O-ring that kind of melted a little bit and stuck to the glass piece. So I had difficulty in pulling it out and it cracked, right? If it did not crack, I would have given it a 10 out of 10. Everything else on here works beautifully, works really well. Very easy to open the top cap, very easy to fill. Now that's build quality, not design. Okay, build quality, the materials. Now we get to design. 8 out of 10 for design. And you probably already know why I am deducting 2 marks. The juice flow control. There's no such thing as a juice flow controller on the Conqueror Mini. I don't know. I don't care what the instruction manual says. You'll not be able to close the juice flow at all. You will not be able to close the juice flow at all. There will always be one or two juice holes there that is open. You just cannot close it. I don't know. This is a design issue. Definitely a design issue. Now, if that worked, then I will most probably give this 10 out of 10. Although technically speaking, I hate short tanks. I don't think short tanks make a lot of sense, especially ones like this, ones like the Serpent Mini as well. It's good, no doubt, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense because you're putting out huge amounts of vapor. You got to be refilling it all the time. But I would have given it a 10 if not for the juice control issue. Flavor and vapor production, 9 out of 10. Very good flavor, very good vapor production. Not the best that I have got. And of course, as I said, subjective depends on your build. But what's not subjective is the airflow. The airflow in there. My personal preference, I need it to be a little bit tighter than this. So 9 out of 10 for flavor and vapor production. Value for money, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10, right? It costs $22, which is cheaper than a lot of other tanks out there. Wotofo makes really good tanks. And I think the value for money, 10 out of 10, comes with a replacement glass tank, comes with 3 coils that you can use, O-rings, and that little horseshoe coiling jig that you saw. Everything included for you to get started right away. 10 out of 10, no questions. That'll bring us to an average score of 9 out of 10 for the Wotofo Conquerer Mini. If you want to get it, check the link in the description box below to where you can go ahead and get it at the best price possible. I do update the link every now and then when I find a site that is giving you the best deal, not necessarily the cheapest price, but the best deal, including shipping offers and shipping time and whether they have free shipping or not, etc, right? If you want to get the best deal, check the link in the description box below. Walkie dokie, no more smoky.